Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time to start narrowing down and bring everything back a little bit more. Red Dead Online is going to have its first interesting looking DLC in a very long time. It should be of no secret that my personal feelings towards Red Dead Online are pretty known. I think that the last good DLC that the game had was the Frontier Pursuits, if not the only one. And ever really since that update, I never really had that pull from Red Dead Online to be like, okay, I really want to go and play it. The only time I would log on was really when there was an Outlaw Pass to do, and generally speaking, I was sitting there for hours on end on my stream, wondering what the fuck I was doing with my life because these collectibles would not hurry up and get in my pocket. But now, finally, after all these years, really, we're seeming to finally head into a direction that everyone has been screaming about for said years too. The direction that should have been in the game since the very start, train robberies and actually being an outlaw. This, to me, sounds the closest that we're going to get to a heist update inside of Red Dead Online. Perhaps if this update does well, we will see more like this in the future. However, I think it's very important to remember that this still is Red Dead Online. If you remember the last few missions that they added to the game, they were time-gated, and a lot of other things inside of the game are also time-gated, which is a huge shame for a game that doesn't really have an awful lot of content going on already. My biggest fear with Red Dead Online and its new missions and its new heists and its new robberies and that sort of stuff is simply going to be that we are going to get like one type of train robbery and we're going to be doing that over and over and over again. Hopefully I'm going to be completely wrong and I'm just being a negative Nancy here with low expectations, but I'd like to keep the expectations realistic in this case because like I mentioned, it's unlikely. The way that they worded it as well is that it looks as though as the quote-unquote crimes, which is going to be stuff like the multi-stage robberies, is going to be something that is just going to be a one way to do it. Hopefully there's going to be multiple of them and there's going to be different ways to approach them. Obviously, since it is an open world game and it is Red Dead made by Rockstar, there's still always going to be a different way to do it, whether you want to be creative or just do it straightforward. That's going to be entirely up to you. The opportunity missions seem to be more along the lines of the legendary bounties type of style, where you'll get one and then after a couple of minutes you can do it again, which is probably going to be like 45 minutes as per usual, like with the legendary bounties. And then in a week or two, or however long it is, you're going to get the second one, and then much later the third one as well. So I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't looking forward to it. I mean, obviously I still am, but I really don't hope that they're making the same mistake with those cooldowns and all the things they've been doing with Red Dead, because they're talking about no upfront cost. But we all know that somehow, some way, they're gonna start asking us for, hey, a little bit of gold here, a little bit of gold there, because at the end of the day, they have to make money with this DLC, and those standalone Red Dead Online sales are definitely not going to do it. So for that reason, I think that we might be seeing some upgrades or anything along those lines that might be able to spec up those DLC purchases some more. You know, capitalism. In terms of the Outlaw Pass changes, personally, I'm a little bit skeptical about it too, because what I'm personally thinking is that even though there are only 25 ranks, I think they might increase the XP per rank needed to, I think, maybe 2000 XP, so you'll still spend plenty of time playing the game and doing a whole lot of collectibles, because that unfortunately is still the best way of ranking up. Hopefully though, those ranks will be easier to get when you're playing the newest robberies and there will be plenty of enemies to shoot, and it will be a more natural and fun way of doing this rather than grinding yourself through 100 ranks or just standing in front of Mount of Nazar for 5 minutes whenever the first pass came out, because, you know, that's still a thing and they maybe might do something about that. You never know, because, you know, it's like, hey, that person over there is doing something effective. Stop him! But those are just some of my thoughts. Of course, I'd love to know what you think down in the comment section down below. Are you having high expectations, low expectations, or are you just watching this hoping I'll say something bad about Red Dead Online so you could be like, I agree, the game sucks, Red Dead Online is dead. Let me know in those comments down below. Of course, if you are someone who wants to know more about Red Dead Online's next DLC, Blood Money, then by all means feel free to subscribe to the channel, where I'll be uploading guides and all that good stuff as per usual for all your DLC needs. And of course, if you really like what you do see on the channel, consider becoming a member, like Chloe, Robert, Alus Fire, Captain Price, Shakulu, and Dr. Strange Love. Join them and all the other fandom members by clicking the join button down below. Thank you again for watching, please leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.